here we are. In the top left corner, we have the winner of our last best of 3. The bottom side of the map, playing also as a human. Did very well in the last one of our tournaments who he was involved in, sixb0nes. Thank you, I Poop in the Burrow, for that check. We're expecting to we'll have a little relaxing start to this because, listen, it's a human mirror match. We know what's going to happen, you know? We've got our archmages coming out. We're going to start seeing some farming. So, hope you guys are all hanging out well. Once again, thank you all for joining us. Inspired, gonna have a little look-see across this map. Honestly, I haven't played any ranked on Warcraft 3 Champions. I haven't actually seen these maps before, I'm not gonna lie. It's very pretty. I like the Tidehunter reference, obviously, being a big Dota player as well. Are you guys trying to make me hydrate? Are you trying to drown me at this point? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which way that is going. Is that ring a regen? Dude, I adore the level up sounds in this game. It's something that I never thought of until I started playing Remastered. Like, never did I go, hey, the level up sounds, that was the best thing about that game, but damn, they're sweet. We're getting rid of the Murlocs, as is good, as is correct, as everyone should strive to do whenever possible. Both armies know that each of them are around here now. Just going to have a quick exchange there. Both of attacks and of footmen. What's Inspired thinking of doing it? Just putting in some harass since sixb0nes isn't pushing up or anything. But I don't suppose anyone's going to be making any big moves here, so it's just about trying to get an idea of what everyone else is doing and then get back to farming as soon as possible. You see sixb0nes has got on this. sixb0nes is immediately back into some turtles. Doesn't think he's going to take enough damage to really worry him. And so, while he is being attacked down the bottom side, he's having to run a lot of workers in there to try and get this tower up. Make sure he's repairing it. Skipped out of a little turtle, it looks like, to come in here and finish up. And he has so many peasants working on that it's not going to go down. Trying to run all of his footmen out there. He does have a TP scroll he could use, but he's not going to want to use it, so he's just going to let that one footman go down. And now try and harass Andromath over here. For some reason I read Ted rather than 10, and I feel like Ted would be a much more fantastic name for this. So, just settling down here, pulling all of those yellow troopers of Inspired out of the area. He's feeling pretty safe here. Actually, he has totally secured everything at his base. Still a little bit hasn't thought this out because he's been busy microing. Oh, here we go. Sea Witch. We are getting a tavern hero. That's cool. Oh, is going to save this last footman, so that's nice. second hero. Do we have a second hero coming out from sixb0nes? We don't yet. Oh, that's some really nice blocking there. That's getting super close to going. He does still have that TP, so I'm not worried too much for him, but he still doesn't want to have to use that TP. If he doesn't have to, he's going to have to. So seeing as there is no second hero coming out, there we go, there it's coming out. The Mountain King is going. I'm not sure if he wanted a Tavern hero and he's just decided that he's not going to be able to get one soon enough and so going for the Mountain King, which Mountain King not a bad choice. So he could have just wanted to go for the Mountain King immediately. He wants to get out here and immediately start farming some more, but the Naga Sea Witch over here is not going to let him do that. Lady Vemontongue just immediately getting onto him, and he's going to have to run now back past the rest of Inspired's army, who's going to want to get in his way at every turn possible. He's decided to give up on that and go up, but that means he's already taken quite a decent bit of damage up here before he started to run up, and these frosty arrows, oh, he gets blocked there by his own rifleman. So he's going to have to be pushed back from there. Militia even coming out to chase him down. Yeah. Sneak away here, however. Oh no. Hiding up the top, but is going to get spotted. The whole army is turned up here as well. This could be disastrous for sixb0nes, getting blocked and taken down. This is going to force the rest of his boys to retreat, and he's going to have to start thinking of something else to do in this situation. Obviously, he wants to try and get some XP out for his Mountain King as soon as possible, and that's what he goes immediately to this Makura. But this is where that comes a cropper, because Inspired has just caught him farming. He's going to try and make a dive on that Naga, but just absolutely not happening. The boost of speed just flippering her way out of there. And now Inspired's even going to take the camp. This is a good level 3 wizard and a level 2 Naga coming out here against the full level 1 0 XP of the Mountain King and the level 3 granted Archmage, but one who is losing a lot of time here. And here comes the push for the kill. He knows that he has this advantage. He knows that he's not going to be fought right now. There are Spellbreakers coming out for sixb0nes, so he has gone a lot harder on the tech, but we have a Sorceress and a bunch of Riflemen out for Inspired. He's getting some towers as well to fall back to. Try and push another tower up further. Going to be a moment like that that sixb0nes will want to attack if he does get one. He jumps on the Naga immediately, trying to perhaps get something done before anything goes on. He's losing one of his Spellbreakers, man. He is jumping with the Militia on back on this tower, which is a really nice move, and he does now have his Archmage up, so this isn't looking as bad as it was a moment ago. This second Magic Tower is quite far away from finishing. Sorceress has gone down. So, like he might be able to push this away for a moment, but I'm still not sure that he has a great setup. Peasants just getting to work again immediately. Now, he doesn't care about that because he can let the peasants spend the money and then kill it before it becomes an arcane tower. So that's going to be what his real priority is. Only with one Spellbreaker left, pretty much, and then it's his heroes doing all this work. If he can dive this Naga, it could be a big boon for him, but the invulnerability goes down. And that is going to be a Mountain King going down as well on the other side of the map. Tower down in front of the base, and sixb0nes have to retreat again. He's got a couple of priests up, try and keep this army going. Not able to replenish those Spellbreakers, and now it's basically just the Archmage who's going to have to do all the work, getting some Militia out here to start fighting, but now Inspired has a priest of his own. Getting the aggressive Arcane Bolt going down as well next to one of those towers. everything he has just keeps getting chunked as soon as it comes out. And if Inspired manages to sneak away some of these as well, that'd be great. Although the Mountain King is going to come out just in time. This goes down as GG, and it's already GG coming out from sixb0nes. Nice aggressive play coming out first from Inspired. The incredibly long time between GG and actually leaving the game. So, fair to stand for our second match. The top corner. This is the guy down match so far. In the bottom corner, our man with the belief of fans in chat so far, with a game up on him and in the superior colour. So once again, how's the weather going? How is everyone? We've got a little while of time now to just watch our boys create some archmages and get running out. Have a quick check on who gets the better RNG with archmage names. Obviously an important factor in competitive Warcraft 3. We've got 10 out once again. Little scout, I'm going to come and see what's happening. Once again on this map, you always see these nice two camps close together being taken pretty early. On the other side, Aran Spell Reaver. Aran is just like a misspelled Aaron, right? Not great name RNG all round, honestly. But got his first Shadow Priest out at least on the side of sixb0nes. Okay, the same going. But
a player's forces are under attack.
Once again, as we see so often on this map, like we're going to have the gold mine taken immediately after the first two camps. sixb0nes just being a little bit more efficient with his setup than on the bottom side by it. But he will be quickly there, following on from what his opponent is doing. So here, Aaron is going to teleport himself across the map to try and do a little bit of harassment here. He's going to meet the whole army, which is going to mean he hasn't really achieved a little bit behind in XP.
player's forces are under attack.
A little bit of harassment here, but obviously needs to be careful since he is on his own. Bases, nothing happening so far, so just getting the expansions out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, that's actually a little bit awkward. sixb0nes is going to have his Shadow Priest chased down here. Up. Assume he'll be.
A player's forces are under attack.
This guy's still up here going for a little bit of harass, it looks like. Just checking what's happening up there. Hoping he could catch sixb0nes farming, but as he's not, he's going to dive down here just in case sixb0nes is away, but he isn't. To engage anyway.
A player's forces are under attack.
sixb0nes has definitely gone a lot more in for those troll priests than Inspired. Inspired has, there we go, there they are, the two there. Hadn't seen the second one yet, but set them both together. There we go. Town Hall's been upgraded. Lumber Mill thrown down on this side. Lumber Mill already up on the other.
A player's forces are under attack. A player's forces are under attack.
So, all of this getting fully scouted out, but we have a Shredder and a Zeppelin coming in for Inspired, which is possibly going to get sniped down here. Pretty close, but stays alive. Trying not to get caught behind the kobolds and the army there. Is going to push in to engage this army. Doesn't get any of the trolls, so all these priests surviving. One of his priests going down though, that is a good pick off there, coming in from sixb0nes. Inspired with the Mud Golem, that's going to be a nice little punchy force in the front line, while his footmen on the left hand side are chasing away the trolls from sixb0nes, which is leaving him with less healing in this fight. But has this footman advantage here, so he's still going to take him down. Now he's just going to get a pick off on the back as well. And that basically cuts out the advantage that Inspired had in terms of footman from using his footman to chase off the trolls. He's actually not going to get that Berserker, so this is a really unfortunate setup, and he's going to have to use his self-teleportation to get out of there. And sixb0nes, as always, right back to creeping.
A player's forces are under attack.
We have the Panda out as the second hero. Really like to see that from Inspired because Panda is great. Mountain King out on the other side. Mountain King might be a little bit more useful, but quite a good catch there on the Archmage, getting a lot of damage out there. But he's going to use his TP to try and just escape from here because his army is not here ready to back him up. Actually, doesn't have that much on. I think sixb0nes has been overall just slowly coming out ahead here just by keeping his mercenaries alive way better.
Players' forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
A big run down here. Immediately going for the tower. And he's not having anything happening on the other side of the map back to him. This could be quite painful here. On the other side of the map, Inspired is just trying to rush down these Murlocs. He's losing some peasants here. Sent back a couple of mercenaries. There we go. There's a teleport back. Now he's decided to take up the fight. Already losing quite a few guys. Getting a nice flame breath there onto some footmen. He's got his paladin coming out here. He's got a Zeppelin just hanging about. He's got the Shredder. Ogre Mauler almost coming down there. It's going to get zapped away. And there's going to be a TP coming out from sixb0nes to escape. Does take a second peasant down, but only losing 2 peasants there in the tower isn't too bad.
A player's forces are under attack. Players' forces are under attack.
So we are tied up in this series now. The top right corner, the man who took the first game, just lost. sixb0nes on the bounce back. Lost the first game, but had a really well-controlled early game, which allowed him, I think, to take the second fight. Once again, how you all doing, guys? You know, we've got Archmage and Archmage. Standard. I think it's going to be winning the name lottery this time. There's some pretty dull Archmage names so far overall, to be honest. Doril Magefont. Magefont is an awful surname, but Doril is at least. That sounds like the sort of name that a mage would have in some sort of like Terry Pratchett universe. Peril Spellbinder. I think that one might be better overall name. Peril a bit too much like a real word. I've always been a fan of starting a little bit after the game has started because, I mean, what'd you miss? It's the same set of buildings being put down as every time. All good.
A player's forces are under
There are some games where it makes less sense. Yeah, you know, playing something like 8-bit, that's a fast game. Maybe in something like Company Heroes or Dawn of War, you need to be a bit snappier because people are going to be moving out on the map early and could have some early fights. But got the same thing as usual happening in the early game. Every player just making their way downtown, getting some creeps.
player's forces are under attack.
Fired up here, chunking away some crabs with his militia, while also taking away some of these kobolds from the bottom side of the map. Whereas sixb0nes is just taking his own side of the map. Having a little look-see over here. Five, gonna put down some damage on one of these peasants. Doesn't look like he's gonna get it. He's slowed down that farm a little bit. He's actually going to try and chunk it. Gets finished off there by a peasant, nicely, so he can start repairing it. sixb0nes controlling everything just about right so that he doesn't lose anything. Now there is the traditional one footman who always gets caught. Oh no, he's actually managed to sneak out there because that footman's trying to run. Gets denied as well from Inspired. Good job there. Little body block to try and keep enemy footman away. Accidentally body blocks his own footman, however. Slightly more footman now on the sides of sixb0nes because that one went down, so he feels like he can push pretty aggressively now.
A player's forces are under attack.
A little bit of a clash here where Inspired is getting in from both sides, but that's not going to be super useful. Creeps actually deny it as well, so Wide's doing pretty well on XP here because he keeps having some of his units denied. But he's once again lost a footman, and he just now is once again falling slightly more behind. Although it being footmen rather than mercenaries this time, it'll make a little bit less of a deal. as Mongraphod, the Pit Lord, comes out. Let's go. This isn't we have seen in meta plays so far, but sixb0nes is going to see it pretty quickly with that scout if he was paying attention. What's happening back home? Just the standard Arcane Vault coming out. There we go. The Arcane Sanctum in the background. Nothing so similar coming out quite yet. There we go. Double Arcane Sanction coming out for Inspired. So both people starting to get to the point of deciding to tech up now. sixb0nes coming around here, but he's looking for a fight really because he feels like he has the better army. He doesn't perhaps know about the Pit Lord. He does not have his own second hero yet. Mountain King is on his way. Here he goes. He's going to catch Inspired creeping. This could be really bad. He's going to lose a few militia. He's actually just going to TP out immediately. So he's going to get the first of the creeps. He's going to get the big ogre in the middle, the warlord. He's going to lose every other creep here to the Archmage of 6. So just setting sixb0nes up there for success. See if we compare the levels of the two Archmages. Quite a big advantage going on there. But you do obviously have some XP on the Pit Lord, which must be taken into consideration. Always creeped out so that he can't get flattened from this concave here. Getting it all set up for the Mountain King to take some XP, get him leveled up quickly. So what's happening inside? Priest and Priest Adept training going down along with the later Arcane Bolt. Second Arcane Sanction will come up a little bit later on the other side, and the slightly later Priest training, but a load of Priests getting pumped out on both sides here. So second expansion is going up, and for Inspired, everything nice and standard, apart from the Pit Lord.
Players' forces are under attack.
A little bit more aggressive farming coming in for sixb0nes. He's going to go for this red camp. He also has the Spellbreaker. Mage down the bottom going to have a little look-see out. Filling his Zeppelin up as well. There we go, the drops straight into the base. The rain of fire coming down onto the worker line and onto that arcane tower. But as soon as the TP comes out, he's going to get out of there. Possibly happening here on this Archmage, but he does have Scroll TP, so he will just get himself out of there nice and safely. wants to jump in and do a little bit more damage here, but the army of sixb0nes is hanging around his own base, so not much is going to be got even if he tries. Jump in just after the army started to move away. A good bit more damage round. Picks everyone up and runs away again, but he's getting really low now, so gonna have to risk it pretty intensely if he's gonna come down again with a nice simple footman push and up to the top, doing a little bit of harassment. Viewing the Zeppelin's going to pick everyone up here, or might not even, because he knows that it's very close to going down. But this means that the army of sixb0nes has really sort of caught a lot of his army out of position. He's going to dive there onto the Underlord, is going to pick him up and just drop him outside there before going down. His priests are in a little bit of an awkward position, but the army of sixb0nes still going for the Pit Lord, who it looks like is going to get taken down. There is a TP scroll, actually, on the Archmage, along with the Staff of Teleportation, so there are options to get this out. Nothing really taken down here, but you see the footmen, the numbers of footmen are just much lower. The TP is going to go out. But once again, I feel like sixb0nes just coming out very slightly ahead in these engagements. He has quite a nice little Spellbreaker force now, with only the first Spellbreaker out from... For a little bit more tech. Better sixb0nes as well. Like Inspired might be thinking about taking out the Dragon Roost.
A player's forces are under attack. Forces are under attack.
A couple of footmen running up to the top again, but there is that Arcane Tower there, and the army of Inspired obviously not far away, getting a nice bit of XP from taking down this red camp. And braces. The other side of army of sixb0nes looking tough out here. Not too worried at this stage if he loses footman. This is just going to give him more space in his upkeep to take more Spellbreakers and priests. Bayard still trying to keep the use of some of these more niche units, while sixb0nes is just going for the big chunky army here. Rush down the Arcane Vault, doesn't quite get it down before the army of Inspired pushing him away. Inspired has really managed to catch up with Spellbreakers quite well, as sixb0nes has obviously reached his income limit there. It's the first kill on his side, however. There is the Pit Lord right in the middle of his army, but he doesn't want to just turn and focus Pit Lord too much, because then he'll be taking a lot of damage on the backside. Zeppelin is in there to use some little pick-up drop micro as well, and these priests are now getting in a bit of an awkward position. Spellbreaker's going to have to push past the priest. Priest standing a little bit awkwardly in the front line there, but they have sort of settled here. Trying to chase the Zeppelin away while doing as much damage to that Pit Lord as possible, but the Pit Lord just getting up and out here is doing a lot of blocking of damage there. Good Rain of Fire is going to do a ton of damage onto the lines of sixb0ne there. Seems like the Mountain King just not quite able to be as useful as the Pit Lord's being in these fights. Really, the Pit Lord is making quite a big difference here. Also that Zeppelin to throw him around. Vulnerability goes down on the Mountain King, and there are a few more Spellbreakers still going down for Inspired. but he still has a really nice number. And now some of his heroes are backed out, but the Spellbreaker is still back here on the backside, which could mean that they end up getting taken around. Going to manage to force off sixb0nes still a little bit, while in the top left side of the map it looks like there is another footman run by. That nice block there from that brave Spellbreaker on the backside. He's trying to move up to make sure to pull more of Inspired's forces away, but Inspired is going to just push down there onto the main base. Try and get some work done. That Blacksmith Buckshot even. So he's going to come up here to push this, and he's going to try and deal as much damage as possible to this, and then teleport back to defend as much as possible. Pit Lord is straight into the work line. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Rain of Fire or something coming down soon. Spellbreakers are pushing out there pretty aggressively. Mansion is going down. Repair on the castle, so they're just trying to hold that castle long enough to get this town centre down and then jump home. Because obviously there's a lot more health on that castle, and if you can keep it alive, you get that nice advantage. Got a load of his guys going back onto mining. He has enough health to do that. And there's going to be a TP down, I'm sure, at any point to come back and defend this. Rain of Fire, forcing some of those peasants off of mining. There's the TP. There we go, militia down as well. The TP right to the middle of the forces, so this is immediately going down. We have a huge chunk of guys here. All of the Spellbreakers of sixb0nes pushing onto the other side to try and force those heroes away. Has managed to do so. Got the Archmage out of this fight and onto the other side of that tree line. Militia from sixb0nes on the left-hand side of the flank, pushing onto the Spellbreakers of Inspired. Pit Lord's getting a bit low, and just gets out the Zeppelin there. Zeppelin not going to stay alive, and that's going to be the death of the Pit Lord. And this is where it's starting to come back. It looks like into sixb0nes' favour. He's got his Paladin out as well. That's his third hero coming down, level 5 on his Archmage, and he's pushed the army of Inspired off here, and it looks like he has more Spellbreakers as well, so that side of the battle hasn't even managed to go onto the side of Inspired as much because he was pushed away. He's got his Pit Lord back. Mountain King there, taking a big heal from the Paladin, but he's getting a little bit scared there. Paladin is only level 1, so he doesn't have any sort of Divine Shield. He's just going to be relying on pushing out those heals. Has saved the Mountain King, and that is big, because now the Mountain King can just sit on the back line while the rest of his Spellbreakers are outnumbering those on the other side. And there we go, GG from Inspired. We'll try not to keep you for too long because we are going to have to jump into Bazaar versus Sheik as soon as possible because they have been waiting for ages.
Big shout out to all our patrons. You enable us to make better content, host larger tournaments, and to give more back to the community. If you haven't already, make sure to collect your perks. Our next Patreon goal is at $300. It will allow us to double all tournament prize pools in Season 2. Feel free to comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.